Hello and welcome. You made it to Vic and Kat's English Listening Podcast. And are you ready to improve your English? Get ready to listen, put your headphones on, get your printing stuff out, or look at the screen and we'll go straight into the first book.
The Railway Children by E. Nesbit. Chapter 1. The Beginning of Things. They were not railway children to begin with. I don't suppose they had ever thought about railways except as a means of getting to Maclean's and Cook's, the pantomime, zoological gardens, and Madame Tussauds. They were just ordinary suburban children, and they lived with their father and mother in an ordinary red brick-fronted villa, with coloured glass in the front door, a tiled passage that was called a hall, a bathroom with hot and cold water, electric bells, French windows, and a good deal of white paint, and every modern convenience, as the house agents say. There were 3 of them. Roberta was the eldest. Of course, mothers never have favourites. But if their mother had had a favourite, it might have been Roberta. Next came Peter, who wished to be an engineer when he grew up. And the youngest was Phyllis, who meant extremely well. Mother did not spend all her time in paying dull calls to dull ladies and sitting dully at home, waiting for dull ladies to pay calls to her. She was almost always there, ready to play with the children and read to them and help them to do their home lessons. Besides this, she used to write stories for them while they were at school and read them aloud after tea. And she always made up funny pieces of poetry for their birthdays and for other great occasions, such as the christening of the new kittens, or the refurnishing of the doll's house, or the time when they were getting over the mumps. These 3 lucky children always had everything they needed: pretty clothes, good fires, a lovely nursery with heaps of toys, and a Mother Goose wallpaper. They had a kind and merry nursemaid, and a dog who was called James, and who was their very own. They also had a father who was just perfect, never cross, never unjust, and always ready for a game. At least, if at any time he was not ready, he always had an excellent reason for it, and explained the reason to the children so interestingly and funnily that they felt sure he couldn't help himself. You will think that they ought to have been very happy, and so they were. But they did not know how happy till the pretty life in the red villa was over and done with, and they had to live a very different life indeed. The dreadful change came quite suddenly. Peter had a birthday, his 10th. Among his other presents was a model engine, more perfect than you could ever have dreamed of. The other presents were full of charm, but the engine was fuller of charm than any of the others were. Its charm lasted in its full perfection for exactly 3 days. Then, owing either to Peter's inexperience or Phyllis's good intentions, which had been rather pressing, or to some other cause, the engine suddenly went off with a bang. James was so frightened that he went out and did not come back all day. All the Noah's Ark people who were in the tender were broken to bits. But nothing else was hurt except the poor little engine and the feelings of Peter. The others said he cried over it. But of course, boys of 10 do not cry, however terrible the tragedies may be which darken their lot. He said that his eyes were red because he had a cold. This turned out to be true, though Peter did not know it when he said it. The next day he had to go to bed and stay there. Mother began to be afraid that he might be sickening for measles, when suddenly he sat up in bed and said, "I hate gruel. I hate barley water. I hate bread and milk. I want to get up and have something real to eat." "What would you like?" Mother asked. "A pigeon pie," said Peter eagerly. "A large pigeon pie. A very large one." So, Mother asked the cook to make a large pigeon pie. The pie was made, and when the pie was made, it was cooked. And when it was cooked, Peter ate some of it. After that, his cold was better. Mother made a piece of poetry to amuse him while the pie was being made. It began by saying what an unfortunate but worthy boy Peter was. Then it went on. He had an engine that he loved with all his heart and soul, and if he had a wish on earth, it was to keep it whole. One day, my friends, prepare your minds, I'm coming to the worst. Quite suddenly, a screw went mad, and then the boiler burst. With gloomy face he picked it up and took it to his mother, though even he could not suppose that she could make another. For those who perished on the line, he did not seem to care, his engine being more to him than all the people there. And now you see the reason why our Peter has been ill. He soothes his soul with pigeon pie, his gnawing grief to kill. He wraps himself in blankets warm and sleeps in bed till late, determined thus to overcome his miserable fate. And if his eyes are rather red, his cold must just excuse it. Offer him pie, you may be sure he never will refuse it. Father had been away in the country for 3 or 4 days. All Peter's hopes for the curing of his afflicted engine were now fixed on his father, for father was most wonderfully clever with his fingers. He could mend all sorts of things. He had often acted as veterinary surgeon to the wooden rocking horse. Once he had saved its life when all human aid was despaired of, and the poor creature was given up for lost. And even the carpenter said he didn't see his way to do anything. And it was his father who mended the doll's cradle when no one else could. And with a little glue and some bits of wood and a penknife, made all the Noah's Ark beasts as strong on their pins as ever they were, if not stronger. Peter, with heroic unselfishness, did not say anything about his engine till after father had had his dinner and his after-dinner cigar. The unselfishness was mother's idea, but it was Peter who carried it out, and needed a good deal of patience too. At last, mother said to father, "Now, dear, if you're quite rested and quite comfy, we want to tell you about the great railway accident and ask your advice." "All right," said father. "Fire away." So then Peter told the sad tale and fetched what was left of the engine. Said father, when he had looked the engine over very carefully. The children held their breaths. "Is there no hope?" said Peter in a low and steady voice. "Hope? Rather! Tons of it," said father cheerfully. "But I'll want something besides hope. A bit of brazing, say, or some solder, and a new valve. I think we'd better keep it for a rainy day. In other words, I'll give up Saturday afternoon to it, and you shall all help me." "Can girls help to mend engines?" Peter asked doubtfully. "Of course they can. Girls are just as clever as boys. And don't you forget it. How would you like to be an engine driver, Phil?" "My face would be always dirty, wouldn't it?" said Phyllis in enthusiastic tones. "And I expect I should break something." "I should just love it," said Roberta. "Do you think I could when I'm grown up, Daddy? Or even a stoker?" "You mean a fireman?" said Daddy, pulling and twisting at the engine. "Well, if you still wish it, when you're grown up, we'll see about making you a firewoman. I remember when I was a boy—" Just then there was a knock at the front door. "Who on earth?" said father. "An Englishman's house is his castle, of course, but I do wish they built semi-detached villas with moats and drawbridges." Ruth, she was the parlour maid and had red hair, came in and said that 2 gentlemen wanted to see the master. "I've showed them into the library, sir," she said. "I expect it's the subscription to the vicar's testimonial," said Mother. "Or else it's the choir holiday fund. Get rid of them quickly, dear. It does break up an evening so, and it's nearly the children's bedtime." But Father did not seem to be able to get rid of the gentleman at all quickly. "I wish we had got a moat and drawbridge," said Roberta. "Then, when we didn't want people, we could just pull up the drawbridge and no one else could get in. I expect Father will have forgotten about when he was a boy if they stay much longer." Mother tried to make the time pass by, telling them a new fairy story about a princess with green eyes. But it was difficult, because they could hear the voices of Father and the gentleman in the library, and Father's voice sounded louder and different to the voice he generally used to people who came about testimonials and holiday funds. Then the library bell rang, and everyone heaved a breath of relief. "They're going now," said Phyllis. "He's rung to have them shown out." But instead of showing anybody out, Ruth showed herself in, and she looked queer, the children thought. "Please, Mum," she said, "the master wants you to just step into the study. He looks like the dead, Mum. I think he's had bad news. You'd best prepare yourself for the worst. Perhaps it's a death in the family, or a bank busted, or—" "That'll do, Ruth," said Mother gently. "You can go." Then Mother went into the library. There was more talking. Then the bell rang again, and Ruth fetched a cab. The children heard Boots go out and down the steps. The cab drove away, and the front door shut. Then Mother came in. Her dear face was as white as her lace collar, and her eyes looked very big and shining. Her mouth looked just like a line of pale red. Her lips were thin and not their proper shape at all. "It's bedtime," she said. "Ruth will put you to bed." "But you promised we should sit up late tonight because Father's come home," said Phyllis. "Father has been called away on business," said Mother. "Come, darlings, go at once." They kissed her and went. Roberta lingered to give Mother an extra hug and to whisper, "It wasn't bad news, Mammy, was it? Is anyone dead, or—" "Nobody's dead, no," said Mother, and she almost seemed to push Roberta away. "I can't tell you anything tonight, my pet. Go, dear, go now." So Roberta went. Ruth brushed the girls' hair and helped them to undress. Mother almost always did this herself. When she had turned down the gas and left them, she found Peter, still dressed, waiting on the stairs. "I say, Ruth, what's up?" he asked.
"Don't ask me no questions. I won't tell you no lies," the red-headed Ruth replied. "You'll know soon enough."
Hello and welcome back. Did you like the book? Was it interesting? Now, did you find it hard? Did you find it fast? Let me know in the comments box below, or if you want, go to the website in the link and you can contact me directly, and me or Kat can answer your questions. on the website, there is a printable version of what you've heard. And on that, you can underline the words which you find difficult. And then you contact me, okay? I think that's Kat. Oh, hello, Kat.
Hi Vic, how are you?
I'm okay. Suffering the summer, but I'm okay.
Yes, it is hot here.
Mm-hmm.
Always. What a great book.
Do you like it?
I do.
The Railway Children.
Yes, it's not a very well-known book, but it has a very profound message.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for a chat.
Shall we?
Yes.
Well, say the magical words.
Beam us up, Scotty.
Look at that bench. Shall we sit there?
Why not?
I think it could be Southeast London, maybe.
Where the story was set.
Mm-hmm. And can you give us more information on that?
Well, you wouldn't believe this, but this book was actually written over 100 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah? So originally it was...
Well.
So originally it was first seen in a London magazine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it's been made into quite a few films.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And the author is Elizabeth Nesbit.
No, it's Edith.
Ah, Edith Nesbit.
Edith Nesbit, that was her name.
It's because it says E. Nesbit.
That's right. So almost a pseudonym.
Yes,
You
because
may not guess it was a woman.
Exactly.
Maybe that's something
at
they
that
did.
time.
Isn't it, at that time?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Yeah.
So, how did she set about doing the book?
So imagine, let's place ourselves. Yeah. Once
Okay.
upon a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many, many years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Our friend Edith
Mm-hmm.
would be taking her daily constitutional,
Mm-hmm.
strolling around some beautiful gardens in a nearby nature reserve.
Okay.
It was close to where she lived.
Uh-huh. Oh, look, so you mean something like that?
That's right. Isn't it beautiful? Look at those.
Yeah, those are nice. But what is a daily constitutional? Would that be a walk?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. So imagine she'd be casually walking around some greenery, which we have a lot of in England.
Mm-hmm. You do. And how about a little bit more about the author?
Absolutely. So Edith was a well-known English writer, and she was also a poet.
Mm-hmm.
And she was also an activist.
An activist?
Yes, a political activist. So she would give talks, lectures.
Yeah.
And she wrote and collaborated on more than 50 books.
More than 50?
Yes.
That sounds like a lot.
So prolific.
Yes.
Prolific, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So her most famous book is actually The Railway Children, which is what we're talking about today.
Yes.
But there are two other books that are very well known.
Uh-huh.
One of them is the story of the treasure seekers.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is 5 Children and It.
5 Children and It.
Yes. Talking about a relic that they find. So it's quite magical, the story itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you recommend them?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And how about this book in particular, The Railway Children? What year was it published?
So this book was published after being put into a magazine in 1905. They finally published it in 1906.
Okay. And what was happening in the world then?
Well, actually, the theme of this book may have been influenced by the Dreyfus Affair.
The Dreyfus Affair. So, who is Dreyfus?
So this man.
A man
This
called
man,
Dreyfus.
Yeah. So there was. Oh gosh, I'm lost. Oh yeah, so this was actually a worldwide news item at the time. So this man,
Dreyfus.
he was Dreyfus.
Mm.
Dreyfus. Right,
Okay.
a famous actor actually. There's a famous actor called Dreyfus.
Yeah, it rings a bell, but
Yeah.
it can't be the same one.
No, obviously
It's not the same guy.
unless he's time traveled.
Okay.
I don't think so though.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
So the problem was this Russian man had to become an exile because he'd written a book
Yeah.
and it was a little bit too controversial for the time of the Russian Tsars.
Oh,
Yes.
because they were still in power over there.
They were still in power in the 1900s, early 1900s. They hadn't had their revolution.
Okay. I see.
And this book talked a little bit about communism.
Ooh.
Yes, but also there were talks about poor people, how they could help poor people, and also there were help from children.
Ah, okay. So that was a bit like in the story.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
And anything else was going on then?
Oh, yes. There was, of course, there was a war going on,
Oh, yeah. Well,
as always.
as always.
This time, in the early 1900s, it was a war between Russia and Japan.
Okay.
So, as always, the British had a lot to say about it.
Oh, they always do. Yes, that is true. Okay, and without spoiling the story as such, because we only did a bit of chapter 1.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the book?
So the plot of the book.
Yeah, the plot of the book.
Right.
Yes.
So the plot of the story basically is this poor man, the father of the family, who then gets accused of being a spy.
Okay.
Obviously, because there's a lot of worrying about, can we believe this person or not? That's often a political problem in many countries. And how his family was influenced by that moment in his life.
Okay. So it's the father who is the main figure, but everything evolves around the children.
Yes, but using, of course, the children often are the narrators.
Yes.
In the story itself.
And the mother. Well, though she's reading and she writes more, doesn't she, in the book? I think.
Yes. She
I won't say
she's
much.
No, but she obviously, as we've heard, she also participates a lot in the story.
Okay. And they would go to somewhere like this picture we have here of a train in the countryside.
That's right. So they were living in a wonderful house, weren't they? And then from there, they unfortunately had to move.
Yes. Well, we can't say.
Well, we can say, I mean, it's called the Railway Children. So we might as well say that they get close to a railway.
They get close to a railway.
Don't they?
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
We won't go any further because otherwise you're going to spoil it.
No spoilers.
That's right. Okay. And now getting into a bit more of the nitty-gritty, I hope everyone out there has grasped the intention of and understood the meaning of the book, because there are some certain words and phrases that can be a bit hard, but when you're listening to them, it helps you. So, shall we start talking about the special words and phrases you'd like to highlight?
Absolutely. I think we'll start with some of the places that are mentioned. Because they talk about when they take trains, don't they?
Okay, true.
And they talk about the places they go with the trains. On the trains.
On the train.
On the trains.
On the trains.
There's my teacher side coming out. On the train.
On the train.
All right. So the first of the places was called masculine and cook.
Masculine and cook. I'm not sure if I actually pronounced that right.
Well,
Masculine is
it's
it
like
doesn't
masculine, but it's masculine, so it's sort of a little bit reduced.
I don't. This place does not. It has disappeared.
Well, exactly. It doesn't exist nowadays.
It doesn't exist. So
it doesn't even exist. So, but then it was a very popular place. So young people would go there to see magic, tricks, conjuring, people floating.
Oh yeah, so it's like a bit of a circus, a bit of a entertainment.
Yes, sort of illusions.
Yes,
illusion entertainment. Yeah. Yeah.
And where would that happen?
So it was called the Egyptian Hall.
Wow.
So already that evokes, doesn't it? Magic, exotic for a lot of English people.
Yeah.
Stuck on that little island.
The little island. And Egypt, I mean, when the Egyptian Hall, it must have been when they sort of discovered the tombs and all of this.
Well, exactly, inspired by the historic discoveries.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and that also reverberated into fashion, actually.
Oh, did it?
Yes, it did. And it was taken on by a lot of fashion artists and used in clothes as well. Oh, yes. There was a big influence in Britain at that time.
Okay. So this was the Egyptian Hall and this is in London.
That's right.
Okay.
So it's opposite, I think it's opposite
the Burlington.
Oh, no, sorry, it's the Burlington Arcade.
Okay, Burlington Arcade.
Does that exist?
I've got no idea. That's the West End, isn't it?
It is. It's in the West End. So that's where nowadays you would go to see theatre.
Yeah.
All the biggest theatres are.
Yeah, The Lion King and all of these big things. Yeah. Okay. And then they carry on to say that they go to see, I think, the pantomime.
No.
Oh.
We've got a famous museum.
Oh, well, we've got the famous museum, but they also mention a pantomime, a zoological garden.
Zoological garden? Well, we know
what the zoological garden is. It's a zoo. It's a zoo. A pantomime.
So, pantos. We know, don't we? We know
I know what a panto is. I've seen loads.
Well, we have because, being a British child is something you go to see every Christmas.
Every Christmas.
Every Christmas, we have a pantomime.
With your parents.
With your family. So it's a family affair. Normally an afternoon tea afterwards.
Yeah, so buns and in a lovely cafe.
Well, or even in the same theatre. They would offer that service. We would go to see a show, and then afterwards we would have the tea in the cafeteria.
I see.
Next to inside the very theatre.
Inside the very theatre.
Yeah. And so the storyline normally was based on a nursery rhyme. So it was very sort of it was an upside down world because you would have a man dressed up in women's clothing, normally sort of a big dress. Like a Victorian dress with a bustle. Yes. And he would be wearing makeup and he would act like a woman. Yeah. Yeah, with big red rosy cheeks
on a whitish face.
That's right.
I remember.
And they were very colourful characters, weren't they?
They were.
They were very colourful characters.
And they'd stroll around the
stage.
The stage, making huge actors and gestures and all sorts of things.
Absolutely.
It was really funny for a small
And there were always like little catchphrases, weren't there? Do you remember any of the catchphrases? Where they would go, "Has anybody seen the ghost?" And you would have to say, "It's behind you."
That's right. You'd have there would be some sort of interaction. That's the word. Between the actors and the audience, that would happen, yes.
And so you'd have the man dressed up as a woman, and then you'd have a very attractive young lady dressed up as the main character, which normally was a boy.
A boy.
So I'll give you an example: Dick Whittington.
Okay.
So that's a common nursery rhyme, and it's a boy who goes to seek his fortune in London.
True.
With his cat.
With his rat. I mean, that's right, yes, with his cat. Not a rat, a cat, yes. But then after the panto, after the zoological gardens, after the arcade, they talk about Madame Tussauds.
Oh, right. So very famous nowadays. I've
It
seen
is.
lines and lines of people waiting to go in London.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's one here as well. There's probably one in many countries
There are, I think.
where you can see wax figures of famous people.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So obviously a big novelty in those days.
In those days, it was very, very attractive to people to go and see some live, full-sized,
life-size
statues.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
wax was cheaper than doing a stone statue, I imagine.
I don't know. Probably. But also, photography was very new
Oh,
at
of
that
course.
time.
That's true.
So I imagine being able to see your famous, the famous people that you admired
Mm-hmm.
close up. It was almost, next to the real thing.
Yeah, they say they are impressive.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
some are better than the others. We'll leave it like that.
I think we could say it depends.
It depends.
It depends.
Okay, and then the book goes on to talk about dull calls to dull ladies, which she never makes. This is the mother.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is all of this about dull things?
Right. So in Edwardian times, it was required
Mm-hmm.
that you would have to pay a visit to somebody important, somebody influential.
Okay, something, a duchess, or even less, in fact, just a landowner.
Well, anybody who was important to your cause, anybody who, so if we compare it to today's culture, it's like the social networking of the Edwardian time. People would go out to meet people so that they would be recognised and seen.
And accepted.
And accepted into society, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Carrying on a little bit.
But it was, I have to say that it was a bit of an obligation. So I understand the poor lady. If she was more interested in being with her kids than meeting people who were not very interesting.
Well, no, yes, that is very dull. I mean, just sort of sitting around waiting.
Yeah, very boring.
Very boring conversations.
I can imagine.
I would
that
think.
would be.
Yes.
And maybe drafty houses.
Oh yes, and having a bit of tea.
Yeah.
On the couch.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
or the divan even.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, then they carry on with some other things, and amongst them is the mumps. Now, I've had the mumps.
Have you?
I have.
Well, I seem to remember we had a vaccine for that nowadays.
Oh, could be.
Because at school around, I think I was at secondary school where we had to have a jab.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't really get those sort of illnesses.
Well, I had them when I was very young.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just something you went through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you went through it then, so tell us what is it like?
Well, it's just a question of being in bed for a week and you get all of this part of your throat inflamed, and it's hard to swallow and...
oh gosh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, but it's just a week.
Just a week of
just a week,
suffering.
more or less. Yeah, something
well,
like that. And maybe we can dig a bit deeper into what a nursery with Mother Goose wallpaper is.
Right.
That might have been a bit confusing for some of the audience, for the readers.
I can imagine. It's not really a room that exists in any normal household nowadays.
No, I don't think so.
So at that time, though, every decent home had one.
Oh, yes, definitely.
If you didn't have a nursery, you didn't have a real home.
No, it'd be more like a hovel with just everyone around the fire, wouldn't it?
Go straight to Charles Dickens. Yeah, well, if you had a home, you had a nursery, especially if you had children. Mm-hmm. So this basically was the room for the children.
Yeah.
It was where they would be They had their toys, they had their books. They may even have had a model railway station.
A model railway station. They may have had a doll's house.
Absolutely, yes.
For the girls.
Yes.
And
a cot, maybe, a little cot.
A cot for the dolls.
For the dolls as
That's
babies.
right. That's right.
Yep.
And Mother Goose wallpaper.
So we were talking about nursery rhymes for the pantomimes.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
the type of songs that you get sung when you're going to sleep. So these nursery rhymes had lots of different characters.
Yeah.
And Mother Goose was the main character of all of the nursery rhymes. So
Okay.
she was very important.
Very important. Okay. And one of the sentences read, over and done with. Do you think that would be tricky for somebody? What does it mean? Okay, Kat, and what about the phrase over and done with? It's very English, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it just means something that's finished.
Finished.
Yes, completely.
Mm-hmm. Sorted.
Yes.
Okay. And the model engine, why is that model engine so important? And why was it so perfect and charming? What exactly is it?
All right. So going back to the nursery, remember the nursery?
Yeah.
So in that nursery, if you were very lucky, if you were very influential, you would have a model railway set. Yeah, and it was a huge privilege.
And that would be on a table,
privilege.
wouldn't it?
It would, a heightened table. Yeah. And this modern railway would have its trains that would actually move independently on the toy railway track.
On the track, exactly.
Yeah, so in those days, it must have been really expensive. It must have been really expensive to have one of those.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And so...
Even today, I would say for some enthusiasts.
I mean, I know that for a lot of people, it's not just for children.
True. Even people who are well over adolescents.
Yeah, we could say there are adult enthusiasts, aren't there?
There are.
With their model train stations. Yeah. So we're remembering about the engine and what happens with that engine. There's an explosion.
Yeah, it goes bang.
It goes bang. And so for me, at that point in the story, that's like when everything starts to go wrong for the family. It almost represents...
tumbles down.
Yeah, it represents the changing of the situation.
With the bang, like a bang would always represent
and
something.
Bang, and then the family runs into problems.
Exactly. And in the same phrase, in the same sentence, I think it even says, it uses the word pressing.
Yep.
Pressing, which is used to describe Phyllis's good intentions.
Well, right. So I love the way they use the word pressing, because it really sort of describes, you can imagine this little girl with her hands on this engine that is a rarity. Yeah, she's got her hands on it. She's handling the new toy. She's pulling. She's pressing. It's all very physical.
Okay. And some way, she could have harmed it.
Well,
could have.
Well, but there were good intentions. She was just wanting to play with the toy.
Okay.
In her own way. Okay. You know how some children can get very over enthusiastic.
Yeah, overexcited.
And overexcited. Exactly. Yeah. Overexcited. That's the word. Yes.
Okay. And in the same paragraph, they also mention the Noah's Ark people in the tender. And they were broken to bits.
Poor things.
Yes. Now, I think that we should deconstruct the sentence. It's a tricky one.
Right. Well, let's start with Noah then.
Okay.
Noah's Ark. So I think, particularly at that time, many families were going to church on a regular basis, and people were very familiar with Bible references.
True.
Not really like today.
Oh,
so
no,
much.
no, it's, you've got loads to choose from. But in
Well,
those
each
days-
to their own, as they say nowadays.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, what do you think a tender is? And do you know what it is? I'm not really that sure that I know.
Shall I be honest?
Go on.
I'll be honest with you. I had to look that one up.
In the dictionary,
Absolutely. I had no idea.
what the tender was.
No. I mean, if you're going to look up something, especially if it was British, so I looked up in the Collins
Yes.
dictionary. So this is one of the wagons that would be attached to the engine.
Uh-huh.
And it was so it's like an open wagon where they would store the coal.
Uh-huh.
So it's not really for passengers.
People.
It's not really for the passengers normally, but obviously this is a toy. So maybe they didn't have the wagons where you could put people in it.
Oh, I see. Yes.
I'm
maybe.
guessing.
Well,
the
you have to
1900s.
put a little bit of imagination into that.
Well, that's the magic, isn't it, of a child's imagination? They can imagine any sort of situation.
Well, when you read the book, you just imagine what the words express in your mind. Okay.
Yes, you're taken along the journey, aren't you, of the child's imagination and where it goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that mystery solved about the
mystery
tender.
solved. Great.
And there was another phrase which was rather strange, and that was in the. It said, "Those troubles that darkened their lot."
Yes.
Now, what on earth is all this blue bar about? It's very old English, I think.
Yes, I agree. It's a very sort of old English statement. Almost sounds biblical to me.
Yes.
That's how old it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so if we sort of separate the words, we know the difference between dark and light.
Yes.
Yes. And darken means to make like gloomy.
Yes.
So, for example, when it's gloomy, you've got the sun shining and the cloud covers the sun, so it's darkened.
It's darkened, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And their lot, that's what we're saying to describe everything, really. Everything. It's encapsulating everything that was happening to them at that time.
Uh-huh.
The situation they were in,
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So things were taking a turn for the worse.
Poor Peter.
Yes. And on top of that, poor thing, he had to eat gruel,
He did.
which I think we have a photo of gruel.
Yeah, we've got an image of that. You have to
And
see it to believe it.
barley water.
You have to see it to believe it.
That-
This is what people used to eat.
This is what they used to eat.
Goodness me,
Well,
poor things.
well, there is gruel.
Right, so if you know anything about English literature or that famous play by Charles Dickens, that was called Oliver Twist.
Yeah, obviously.
So he's hanging around with pickpocketers, but also because he's an orphan, he gets sent to the workhouse.
Yes.
So the workhouse was where people would go if they didn't have any money, and basically it was child labour.
Yes.
And they would be given a very poor type of food.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost liquid. Yeah, and I can see Oliver like holding
His
little
bowl.
Please, can I have some
Can I have some more, please? Which was very mischievous, really.
Well, it was, yes. He was overstepping the mark because
That's
he
right.
was asking for more when, you knew you had this and you weren't given any more. It was like a prison for kids.
It was.
And they hadn't done anything, poor things. So, as you can see in the picture, it's like porridge, and it's got this awful grey colour.
Yes.
So very watery
and a bit lumpy.
and lumpy. Ugh, lumpy.
Yeah.
Yucky.
And then there's the barley water.
Right. So barley is a cereal. Yeah, so they'd infuse that cereal in water, and it was used as like a wellness drink. Like nowadays we have our wellness drinks with vitamins in, B vitamins, etc. And so that was the type of wellness medicine that they used. Yeah,
just instead of milk and tea.
Well, it's like an Aquarius sort of.
Yeah, that would be sort of the equivalent, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, and then he talks a bit about pigeon pie, about one of his wishes, Peter's wishes. I don't think anyone would rave about pigeon pie these days.
Is it one of your wishes, Vicky?
Definitely not.
I mean, we're ravaged by pigeons nowadays. If you live in any city, it's always like, no, pigeons, no.
No, don't want pigeons. Nobody wants pigeons. We don't want to even see them, unless enough eat them.
Yes,
so,
even less eat them. Ugh. Because they're like the rats of the sky.
There they are, the rats of the sky.
The rats of the sky.
Well,
so
that's what they say here.
So you can see how hungry he was. But maybe it was a delicacy then.
It could be pigeon pie because pigeons have a lot of bones, don't they? So you'd have to tear all of the small pieces of meat off. Anyway, but the
not my cup of tea.
No. And that poem was very, very long.
Yeah, it was.
But it all rhymed. It all had a meaning for Peter and the family.
Yep.
And what stands out for me are two expressions.
Right.
One is perished on the line.
Yes.
Which, it's quite simple, but maybe some people don't know what it means.
Well, once again, it's the sort of language that you would expect from the 1900s. It's not something that you would relate to as easily in modern English.
No, nobody say he perished these days.
No.
And the other line in the poem was gnawing grief to kill.
Yes.
Annoying grief. That also is something which, I think it brings out his sadness. Really, it's referring to his sadness, which he has to overcome.
Right.
So it'd be gnawing grief. His grief which he has to overcome.
Right. Well, I mean, perish means to die.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm imagining that. Well, they're referring to his Noah Ark toys.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and the line was probably referring to the track for the train.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then when we get the exclamation from Peter about gruel and barley water. You get the idea that he's pretty hungry. He's
very
pretty hungry. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
They've probably been a long time hungry by now.
So when I hear gnawing, it makes me think of a mouse with its long teeth, sort of biting through a piece of string.
Yes, or gnawing on a piece of wood or something.
Yeah, and I think that's how the mother wants to represent Peter's hunger. So it's eating away at him.
Okay.
And that's making him sad and hungry. Or hangry, as we say nowadays.
Hangry.
Hangry. Do you get hangry, Vic?
Sometimes.
I definitely get hangry. That late afternoon feling of like, I need something. I'm getting impatient.
I need something sweet. I need to run to the fridge or down to the shop.
Well, or a sandwich.
Or have a sandwich.
Or a sandwich,
Could be.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if anyone out there needs more clarification about the poem or the words used, please do use the comments box in the application you're using, or you can use my website, go there and write to me directly in the website, and we can discuss and clarify your doubts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we carry on, we see from here that the father is quite a DIY guy.
Oh,
He's an expert.
DIY guy.
He's an expert.
The DIY guy. Well, yes, not as sexy
Well,
as it seemed.
do people know what DIY stands for?
I don't know. So we've got the D of do, the I of it, and the Y even of yourself. So do it yourself.
Exactly.
So if you do it yourself.
Do it yourself, expert.
Yes, I'm very bad at DIY. How are you at DIY?
Average.
Yeah.
Yes, I've had to learn a lot.
Well,
but I'm not
it,
very
then.
good. I learned a little bit.
Oh dear, I have zero patience. I have no patience for that sort of thing.
There are some things I could do, but others that just escape me.
So in the story, we can see that the father is able to mend a lot of things. Yeah, that's
very
what we're
well.
shown. Yeah, that's what we're shown.
Yes, exactly.
But then,
and then after that, when he was starting to say that he could mend it.
Yes, because they'd spent the whole day sort of walking around the father, waiting for him to be in the right mood.
That's right.
And then all of a sudden,
before
it even happens,
there was a knock at the door and there was an unwanted visit.
Damn it.
Yes. And there were many ideas as to who they were. And why wouldn't they go away? Now, the mother suggests it could be a subscription to the vicar's testimonial.
Ooh.
Or it could be the choir's holiday fund.
Gosh. None of which exist nowadays. These sort of expressions we wouldn't hear, would we?
No.
In modern day society.
A vicar's testimonial would not exist, and we wouldn't fund a holiday. Not for a choir.
To people who sing? That's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. So it seems that in those days, I don't know, but it seems that people would show their appreciation of the work of their local vicar. Yeah?
No, well, he probably went out and helped the poor.
Well, or even families in need.
Families in
maybe
need.
Widows with children. Maybe, he found them some sort of help. So other people would raise funds for the vicar, and that would be like a gift, maybe at the end of the year.
Yes.
And they would also appreciate their local choir, as we can see. Yeah, and then it was common to have a fund to pay for their summer holidays. How about that?
Well, I wouldn't mind having a fund for my summer holidays.
Let's get that cruise around Europe. Yeah, European cruise.
Yeah, I won't mind at all.
Put that in the comments if you'd like to give us any holiday funds.
We're accepting.
Yeah,
we are accepting
holiday funds. Yes. Okay.
So.
Well, yeah. So it's almost like the Edwardian answer to crowdfunding, like they do on the internet, right?
Yeah. Okay. But in any case, in the story, we can't go on with this forever, There was a lot of fuss. The mother had to invent a story because of the loud voices.
Yeah, they were shouting.
In fact, it got worse, and the mother got asked to go into the library or the study.
Yeah, which was quite strange because in those days only men were allowed to talk business, with their brandy and cigars after a meal.
I think women weren't even allowed into the bars or the gentlemen's parlours.
Exactly. So strange, really.
Very limited.
Yeah, strange, really, that the mother had to be finally present with the husband. So
yes, very much so. And the parlour maid, she came in.
That's right,
fact.
Ruth.
Yes, the red-haired Ruth. She came in with her own morbid ideas.
Oh, gosh. Don't they love them?
Oh,
People always seem to have another take on something.
Oh, yes, they have to say something.
Yes. So Ruth was a parlour maid. So in a house in those days, you'd have 3 maids for your house. And they basically ran it. They ran the house. Yes. So as a parlour maid, she would have to answer the door.
Yeah.
almost like a butler. I can think
okay,
of it.
okay.
Almost like a butler. And then also she would have to take care of the parlour, which is like a modern day living room or dining room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the parlour was a place where the family would spend time together.
Okay.
Yeah. And she would make sure that everything was clean and tidy.
Mm-hmm.
For sure that silverware was shining.
Oh, yeah, they would
Yeah.
have silver all over the place.
Yeah, and then there were the other two maids. One was the nursery maid who looked after the children.
In the nursery.
Yeah, and the kitchen maid who took care of children occasionally and managing the kitchen.
And the
cooking.
cooking.
And the cooking and baking.
And the baking. Oh,
They had a baking day
Well,
in those days.
Well, there was
A day
lots.
of the week?
It was a five person family, plus 3. So there were 8, really.
So what a full household.
It was a full household there. Do you think we did?
Okay, now that we're back, maybe we can give you some clues to the next episode.
I can only say 2 words. Cat and hat.
Aha! Do you mean a disappearing cat by any chance?
Maybe. You'll find out on the 1st of August.
Thank you very much, Kat. Thank you, viewers. I hope you enjoyed this, our first episode. And we look forward to hearing your feedback. Don't forget to like and to subscribe. Remember, we have given you plenty of time to read this beautiful book. And next month, we'll be having another exciting episode with me, Vic, and with
Cat.
Until then, ta-ra!
Bye from me. See you later, alligator.
In a while, crocodile.